So this is Robert Murphy here with Doug, and we're looking at a Seiler action rail. This is for the hammer flange rail. We've got a very nice straight edge on this side and a not so straight edge on the other side, caused by these flange screws slowly tearing this away. The screws are very long, and the rail is canted here at the end, you can see. So that makes an impending problem for this chunk to strip out.
Which is what happened. We've got, those are desperate attempts at shimming there in the middle. So, and the plan, Robert?
The plan then is to zip off the end of the rail here. We're going to leave these holes that mount the let-off buttons underneath, so we'll leave those intact. And there's not really a need to go much further than these screw holes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take a chunk of this maple, and I think that thickness is about what we're going to be using. And so we'll put that onto here, glue that on,
And
to the rail.
And do a more moderate bevel there.
We'll do a more moderate bevel here. From the look of the balancier levers, it looks like they're clearing by a good quarter of an inch all the way up and down. So we don't need to make this quite as
Severe there.
severe an angle. We'll maybe bring that down a few degrees so that we've got a little more stock down here. But I think we'll use a shorter screw if we can get away with it.
Okay.
Which would help it in the process.
So it may not be the Steinway screws. It might be another, or it will be the Steinway
We've got
screws.
two kinds of Steinway screws. We got the black ones that they use in the factory presently.
Okay.
And then we've got another one that Pianotech sells. It's a kind of a chromed screw that is a little bit deeper.
Okay.
But that might be just the key for these instead of these original screws, which are quite long. Longer than they need to be, let's put it that way.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, Robert, what has been done here?
So we've marked off all the screw holes off of a 90-degree angle at the front of the rail here. We're now going to zip off this portion of the rail. Get a nice flat surface to glue another piece on.
Okay. And the reason why it failed is that intense beveling?
Yeah, the bevel here in part, and then the long screw is the other part. It looks like it's right about there is where it's...
These screws here.
Yeah. So this long screw, which through the flange looks like it went down somewhere about that deep.
So had, like those short Steinway screws, had those been used, I know they wouldn't have been
Maybe
used.
not quite deep enough, but let's see if we can find a screw that's in between the two lengths.
But if they had used a shorter screw, this might have been prevented? Or
Might have been prevented as far as splitting out. Now the rail still might have split. The beech, you can see the little flecks in the material here. Beech is a solid and stable hardwood. It's not quite as dense as walnut, or excuse me, as maple, which is what we'll put on this.
I see.
So that might help too, as far as the grain, which it looks like it has split right along the grain.
The grain going.
Yeah, so it's just kind of tipped off of there.
I see. Okay. covered is drilling the flange holes. And the piece on the right, the light colored piece, has been added to the rail there. And so he's drilling 88 holes here. Everything looks great. So we're getting closer to the finish of this particular job.
So now we've drilled out the new rail, put on sandpaper on both sides of the flange holes, and we're about ready to glue things on. Or, I mean, to screw things back on. These holes...
Will this be at the last, or?
Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? I should cut that off now.
Okay.
Yeah. Little oversized. We were using these as our test holes to get our drill the proper size for the flange hole.
Okay.
For the screw.
So this is the new piece,
and we're
glued
using,
on.
New piece, and we're using a slightly smaller diameter. These are the Steinway flange screws. The shoulder on these is slightly smaller too, giving a little bit more side-to-side play if need be to space the flange with.
Gotcha.
And they're not as deep, so
okay.
Less prone to be splitting out this rail again.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're finishing putting the flange screws in. And this will go back on the frame and make sure they check, and I think I'll haul this guy home.